Alright, so surely you guys knew this one was coming, but we now have the ZAMASU Red Zone staged. All no item ran, all that fun stuff, all the 9 yards, we have gotten it done. So there's one more stage left in terms of having the entirety of like difficult content, you know, excluding stuff like Extreme Super Battle Road stages and whatnot. All of the stuff has been no itemed in terms of the, you know, Shadow Dragon fights, the Metal Cooler, like the Pride of the Wicked Bloodline fights and all that. And so what we're looking at today is the ZAMASU stage. Now, the ZAMASU stage is kind of annoying in the sense that it is very, very much a coin flip as to whether or not you'll be able to make it, even out of turn 1, because the AoE is extremely, extremely oppressive, and it's just its nature, right? When you have a unit like the GT Duo who needs to super first, when you have units like the 5-year fusions that need to super first, like, it's just, that's a core mechanic of the game, being able to super first, or needing to super first, and when there's an AoE, obviously that's going to be a problem. Now, if you are a JP player, you are probably very experienced with this because you've been fighting Sin and Omega for the last year or so, or about, you know, 4 months at this point with Omega, but, you know, you kind of get the general idea. It's like, this fight is definitely tricky, but once we get out of this AoE phase, it does kind of lighten up a little bit. Honestly, like, I think phase 1 is harder than phase 2 just because of the AoE, and then like with the hit placement, it's not too bad. Like, I think we end up seeing like 2 or 3 turns in the physical phase where we just don't have an attack on a certain unit, and that ends up really coming in clutch. And you guys are going to see just an absolutely wild finish to this no item run. So this one, you know, it took everything and then some, unfortunately, or fortunately. It just makes for a more entertaining video when you have just like a crazy like cinematic like finish to the fight, right? So right here, it's like, it's kind of sketchy, but you guys are going to see with this rotation right here that the combination of the LR Super Saiyan 4s and Super Saiyan 4 Goku are not playing around, right? This is a very, very, very deadly combination between these two. And even World Tournament Goku being on the team post-revival buff and stuff like that, you're going to see a very impressive turn from him as well. So it's like, this team has a lot of different ways that they can come at you. You know, we've got a 12 million attack stat right there from the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then you have, you know, a triple super, a double super coming in from the LR Super Saiyan 4s being type advantage in this first phase. With no support memory active, or not really much active support with this team, because this is more of kind of a powerhouse team. The only real like form of support is coming from the standby skills, really like in terms of attack and defensive support. And then we have a designated tank with AGL Golden Frieza, right? AGL Golden Frieza is just more of a consistent kind of defensive machine. You could look at somebody like Angel or LR Golden Frieza, but I don't trust that damage reduction going down turn to turn. So that's why obviously I did not bring him. So, you know, it's very, very close, right? You'll see, like I said, in the run, it comes down to like literally the last hit, and that is what that's what makes it so entertaining, right? But you can see right there, the LR Super Saiyan 4s, like, honestly, that's not bad tanking. After a triple super with type advantage, you guys have to remember that ZAMASU super is hitting hard, right? Like, that's a very hard hitting super. And then he does, and the beauty of this phase in specific is it's not like one of those hell gauntlets where, you know, the super's hitting for over 1 million and then he raises his attack and does another 6 normals, and there's just really not many units in the game that can withstand that, right? Because with this stage in specific, and really all of these red zones that they've been doing for the Dismal Future, it's just kind of been, you know, take either wins her, like survive turn 1 or restart, right? And then right here, I think I make a 200 IQ play where I save the standby on Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so that way we can use it later, and we can get more defensive support later on in the fight, and then we're also going to get the GT Duo standby. So right here, of course, before letting me do any type of damage, like, it's just, of course, this happens every time, right? Where we wouldn't have been able to do any anyway with the AoE, but it's like, you don't even leave it up to chance, right? Like, ZAMASU just makes sure that we revive right away. Here we go. Boom. Yep, 7.1, not bad at all. Take the free damage and then move on. So now we also have the defensive standby for Super Saiyan 4 Goku right here, and then we want to proc that, get the defensive support, and then we know we're probably going to get the kill with the LR Super Saiyan 4, so I'm like, you know what, forget about it. They're not taking any hits anyway. Let's just get the stack in. That'll work out just fine. Kai Goku can get a little bit of healing up in it anyway, but we didn't really need it anyway. So the next time that we see this full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or Oob, excuse me, we'll be able to go into full power Super Saiyan 4 quite easily. And then I made a misplay here. It was a slight miscalculation. I thought I was going to be able to get the standby with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but the problem was I should have just used it anyway, because I'm not going to be able to use it for the rest of the fight if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, I do use it. Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm sorry, I do use it. I literally, like, you can see by the time I recorded this 30 minutes ago, and I'm already forgetting how the run went. But boom, there we go. The LR Super Saiyan 4 is taking care of the type advantage, so now they are going to type neutral. So that is obviously not great, but one positive that we have right here is, again, when I have no standby, I'm like, ah, shoot, what do I have to do right here? And so I think the play is just keep post, so you got to remember that World Tournament Goku and Revival World Tournament Goku are two different beasts, right? And we have Revival World Tournament Goku out right now. So this is up against the Super. This Super is well in the high, over 1 million Super, stats. And then boom, there we go, 468k. Not bad tanking whatsoever. That's actually really good for a unit like this, right? Because we have 700k HP. That leaves us 240 left over. We have type advantage with the rest of the, with the GT Duo on the end, so they'll be fine. Their damage reduction will be built up. They'll be doing 3 or 4 supers. We'll be good to go. And then, World Tournament Goku's defense is like, well up into the 700, 800k range at this point when he's taking all of these hits. So Zamasu's attack being raised does not help, but it's not the end of the world by any means, right? So boom, here we go. Going up into the next, boom, there we go. So again, this is just World Tournament Goku showing out, right? Like 6.8, 6.2, doing all that fun stuff. This is just kind of like what he does best, right? It's just going to be a very impressive number, what he's able to put out. So there we go. Where we do catch a stroke of luck right here, especially, is the fact that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is not taking any hits. So with that, we are able to kind of hide him, and he's not going to have to worry about taking that damage on that first hit, the type disadvantage and all that. And, it really does kind of work in our favor that it plays out that way. A little bit of a stroke of luck, but every no item run, especially in this hard content, is always going to have a stroke of luck attached to it, right? Really no way around that. So, we're just going to take what we can get. We're going to move on with it, and we'll have a good time with it. So there we go. Boom. Taking all the damage that we can get. We got about 3 bars of health down off of him on this turn. And then we got the big boys coming out on the next turn, right? This is one of the more impressive rotations in the game. This is with no support, what you're about to see on the next turn. So I think you're going to be, you're in for a little bit of a treat here, because we're about to have full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku come out. Oh, and this is also where we hit a huge stroke of luck. Golden Frieza, who doesn't have his damage reduction fully procced, is out of the way, right? So even though we're at full HP, that's not how this this Golden Frieza works. So Golden Frieza has to go into the turn with a certain amount of HP, right? So we get 4 rainbow orbs right there. That's 28% damage reduction. We also got the 18 key, so we will be doing an attack break. And so now we have full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who is about to go ahead. What do you have for Super Saiyan 4 Goku? What do you got? Full power. Okay, 21 million guaranteed crit. Is that good? So we have a 21 million guaranteed crit right here. Go ahead, do your thing. And then we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta doing whatever it is he does, and that has an attack break on it and stuff like that. So just a very impressive turn. And then full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku right here. He's taking this to the face. This is not going to be an issue whatsoever. Here we go. Boom, bam, bop. Double digits, type disadvantage in one of the hardest fights in the game. Doesn't matter. He's crazy. Full power Super Saiyan 4 is absolutely wild. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's top 3 or anything like that, but he can look very, very impressive. His ceiling is something else. And then even with the 28% damage reduction, Gogeta is still taking a lot from that normal, despite the 100% raise on Super. Okay, so now what we have is the standby for the 70% defensive support. And now we can't attack with Oob, but we just need to make sure we get our 3 orbs, which we do. Then we have World Tournament Goku doing his thing. I couldn't afford to put World Tournament Goku in slot 1, in my opinion. I just wanted to make sure that we had the guaranteed tanking in slot 1. And this could potentially come back to bite me because I have no defensive links on Kai Goku, but it ends up working out pretty well. So yeah, I think you guys, like I said, you will see. This does get pretty crazy. I guess if you're familiar with Kai Goku's kit, you probably know where this is going, if it's on this turn or the next one, but it gets close, right? It gets really close. So 5.7 right there from World Tournament Goku. He's just go ahead and doing his thing. And I think once we get out of this turn, I'm kind of bewildered. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I don't know what to do anymore. 6.2 million. So again, World Tournament Goku, he does his thing. And after you get out of the revival buff, it's World Tournament Goku just turns into a whole nother animal, right? It's wild how good he gets. And he's not even fully built up yet. You guys can see, he's still building up on those hits. And we are in what, turn 7, turn 8? And so here we go, Kai Goku. Again, the tanking here isn't terrible, but I believe he runs out of his guard on this turn and things kind of get ugly. So boom, yeah, no guard, 350k, quickly gets down to 92, and then he unfortunately takes a super. But in this moment, I'm like, oh my god, we lost. But I forget one critical thing. Kai Goku survives KO blows. And now you can see it. We are at the fated 1 HP. So now, with all these orbs everywhere, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta can do that. We get the free damage in, and now we have all of these int orbs to play with for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I believe I grabbed the ones on the left, and again, I'm kind of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I go to take a screenshot of the 1 HP and stuff like that, just because I'm like, holy hell, how the hell did we get out of that? And here we are. So whenever I decide to get out of my panic state, I'm still in this. How am I still in this? we will move on. So boom, there we go. We get a beefy heal of about 200,000 right there from from Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We get the rainbow orbs just for insurance, and then we get those as well. So basically this turn, it's like you either got to win right here, or you're not going to win at all, ZAMASU. So he didn't do a super, so we're basically in the clear at this point. Again, 21 million with a crit. If we get an additional normal, we get an additional super, we are all out of here. So again, a very fun fight, but I'm glad that we're able to get all of the red zone no item runs. I didn't know about this one, but you know, with time, anything is possible, right? Shout out to my buddy. He knows who he is. He helped me out, or he provided the team blueprint for me on this one. So I appreciate you greatly, bud. And yeah, that's all I really got for you in today's video. So don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss it on any of my Dokkan Battle content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.